Hi, good afternoon. We're here again with Ritswani Nagarajan, writer from 12080, along with a special guest, Jopi Ganesa Guru, founder of Truelifesciences Holdings. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Joe.
Thank you. Good afternoon to you too.
Thank you. So, we're sure that everyone is aware of our current COVID-19 pandemic and how it has transformed our way of living. While many of us are still adapting to the situation, True Life Sciences have taken an optimistic approach towards dealing with this pandemic. So, without further ado, let's find out how True Life Sciences have progressed through the MCO. Mr. Joe, could you share with us what were your first thoughts when you heard about the movement control order that requires most businesses to shut down temporarily?
Basically, for the COVID-19, it's not something new. Actually, we know about it. We heard about it in the month of November and December last year. It was formerly known as a virus that started in Wuhan. So from the health industry, which is what we are, we always keep abreast with all the information that is happening around the world. Because we know now with the modern technology, we are able to access a lot of information and learn from people around the world. So we in True Life Sciences, we've been following the COVID-19 since the first day that is happening in Wuhan. So we were thinking that, what if it happens to Malaysia? Because at that time during December, January, everybody was always looking at what happens in Wuhan, but they did not imagine that it will come to our shores. But what we in True Life Sciences, we have already thought about this at the management level of thinking that if it happens to Malaysia, what do we do? So we have put our thoughts into place. During that time, we were already preparing our products, which is related to the COVID-19 and thinking of ways how can we work in the more remote if it happens. So we started to change our SOP and also to see how we can, use more technology at that time, just, assuming that if it happens in Malaysia.
Yep.
And for True Life Sciences, we have businesses in Vietnam and also in Bangkok.
Mm-hmm.
So we were also thinking of, how can we communicate business remotely without traveling. So it was a same good timing that that we started into online, and this came in where we have to really push everyone to go online.
Okay. Due to the MCO, your company has temporarily stopped the traditional working style that requires face-to-face interviews and meetings, and you have moved forwards to the digital world. How did you manage to switch to a new way of working so quickly?
Okay, because everyone was so familiar in using their phones, they are so using their iPad. So just to teach them to use another apps was easy. But we had problem beginning because we were coordinating on the audio, on the video, because everybody they do not sure of the culture of online because everybody will just hello, can you hear me, hello, can you hear me, so because online is as long as the camera is on, you have to start talking, unless somebody tells you that your mic is on or off kind of thing. So these are a few cultures which we adapt and we train ourselves. And initially when everybody had all their mics on, so you were having echoes and background music, and sometimes when we have our staff working at home, the kid will be running here running there, so there's a few SOP which slowly they have moved. We told our people to have a special place for you to do your meeting, for you to do your Skype. It's a special private place where you are there. So it becomes more formal because initially when we first started, everybody was just thinking that they can just do it anywhere. Yeah, some was just doing with their t-shirt on,
Yeah.
and so slowly we had to, but everybody adapted very fast and very easily. So that was good.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the current working style?
Having workforce all over Malaysia, we have salespeople from Johor, Malacca, Penang, Kelantan, Terengganu. All this while we only meet them 3 times in 1 year, where we call them
Okay.
for meeting in KL, because
Wow.
it's not convenient to bring them to the same place for meeting kind of thing. So we meet them occasionally, but most of the time we only talk to them in the phone. But during this MCO, while we were using all the apps that we could stream everybody at the same time, it was fast information that could be shared, and it becomes like a new family getting together. Because during the MCO, we did put a lot of effort in putting trainings into our team, because most of our
Mm-hmm.
team could not go out, as you know, and we also did not want them to go out. Of course, we are under essential uh, items that you can leave your house, but we were not taking that risk for our team. So we were doing a lot of online, and we
Yep.
were teaching them how to communicate with their pharmacies through WhatsApps or
Mm-hmm.
through FaceTime. So we had to prepare a lot of materials for them to share with their pharmacies.
Okay. Would you stick to your current practices, or are you eagerly waiting to continue your company's previous work styles and routines?
After using this method for the past 60 days also,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes like a routine for us to, every morning, because we have our regime every morning
Okay.
by 9:30 to 11:30, we will have everyone in a Skype, where we have our training department. They will be doing product training, and
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, we will do some role play. So we have some will
Okay.
become the pharmacist, some will become the consumer. So we make sure that the situation is being practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Then during 11:30 to 12, we have our management meeting to see how can we improve what happened in the morning,
Okay.
because every day new question pops up, a new kind of method comes up.
Wow.
Sometimes you have people who today they have line, then tomorrow they said they cannot log in. So these are few technical things that we need to understand during
Mm-hmm.
our management meeting, and say what topics do we share again tomorrow or later.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have another Skype at because we have a big team, so we have to split the team. From 3 to 4, we have a team which is from Central and South. They'll be having their session. Then
Okay.
4 to 5, we have our North and East team will be doing their session also.
Okay.
So practically, we have spent the whole day with our team, to ensure that they are focused and they are very, very occupied during the MCO.
Yep. So
Because I
basically,
believe.
it's an easy way of working. You get to cope very fast with the transformations.
Yes, yes, yes. And also during this MCO, what is very important to us in True Life Sciences is the moral of the team, because we
Mm-hmm.
are all going through something which is very, very new. But because we have seen what happened in China, and
Mm-hmm.
we did not take the chances that, it would maybe happen in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So myself, as the person who are all concerned about the well-being of my people. So always we give them assurance and guarantee that how we're going to move forward. Because during that MCO 2 weeks, everyone was worried. Whether
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen to my company, do I going to have a job? Because a lot of industries are cutting headcounts, and a lot of industries are pulling the brakes, and of course they are in a different industry, they act different way.
Mm-hmm.
But for us in the health industry, we had to innovate, and we had to motivate our team to feel that we are here together to face the COVID-19, and hopefully that we can pull through the best that we could together.
Definitely. So, okay, lastly, are there any message you would like to share to other entrepreneurs that are struggling during this time?
Oh, okay. Basically, COVID-19 affected everyone, every industry, from the hotel, from the food, from the restaurant, from the saloon, everyone is affected. But it's just that we need to evolve accordingly, and we can realize that, any business that need a congregation of many people,
Mm-hmm.
you have to change the way of running business. Does not mean that the situation will come back to your norm. You have to change. So if you are in the business that is really, really affected, you have to think on how can you change into another business or another industry
Mm-hmm.
with your people, because you cannot stay put. Because most of the time I speak to business owners like myself also, some of them are in business that is really, really affected,
Mm-hmm.
and they could not find a way to find a solution. I mean,
Yep.
because this is something which you cannot run away,
Mm-hmm.
but you could evolve and change to a new industry, or you can do something else that could grow a business.
Okay.
Because there's no solution for some business that cannot come back to normal in the very
Yep.
fast period.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to evolve. But those who are doing very well, congratulations. But it's also a good time for you to, share your ideas and give your thoughts to those who are having problem during this time.
Okay.
Like for example, like for True Life Sciences, just to share with you,
Mm-hmm.
we know that most pharmacies, which they have been doing business offline, where they were expecting people to walk in to buy their supplements or to buy the medication, and during the MCO, people are not coming out. So we in True Life Sciences, what we do is, because we have our own in-house designer and we have our own in-house creative team, so we managed to create slides, we managed to create some video that we could forward to our pharmacies, and they forward to their regular customers.
Wow. Amazing.
Um, yeah, and with that, sometimes the regular customers say, "Oh yeah, I just remembered that I need this, I need this." So then the pharmacists will just courier it to them.
Huh.
So this is one thing that we help our independent pharmacy. And at the same time, also during the MCO, some pharmacies who did not have enough of our stocks, and our stock have ran out in their outlets, and when they have customers who wanted the stocks, so we send it from our warehouse on behalf
Mm-hmm.
on the pharmacies.
Okay. That's
So these are
amazing.
some initiatives that we do to protect our retail pharmacies, because there are companies who were sharing with us that why not you just go online
Mm-hmm.
and sell direct to the consumer, but our business model in True Life Sciences is to grow with the independent pharmacies, because
Yes.
True Life Sciences is, you know independent pharmacy, so we are together.
Okay. That's amazing. Okay. That's all for now. And thank you so much once again. Thank you so much for putting some of your busy schedule away and having some time with us. I think most, if not all of the businesses should look at True Life Sciences as an
thank
inspiration to move forward. So,
thank you, thank
once
you.
again, congratulations on your progress and good job on not panicking during the
Yeah,
MCO.
it's like what I shared to my team.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge is always at our mind level.
Yep.
We have companies who, when they had the COVID-19, they were starting to plan as if they are failing.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Okay.
panic. They had
True.
to cut costs. They had to do this, without even thinking on what method or what strategy that they need to win this
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19.
Yes.
So these are something which, it's in the mind level. I just share with you a last story before we
Yep.
end this
No
session.
problem.
This is an inspiration story which I read. There was a pizza chain in America, and
Mm-hmm.
they were selling pizza through the retail, and they were selling in slice of pizza.
Okay.
And during the MCO lockdown, people could not go out and people could not order and buy pizza kind of thing, and did not have the delivery service in place. So looking at the asset that they have, the oven that they have, the owners and the employees, they put their mind together, and now they are producing the face shields, because they have the oven that is baking the pizza that is hot enough that they could bend the plastic to make a face shield. So now they are producing face shields and also selling it. I mean, imagine
Wow.
from a
Yeah.
pizza restaurant, they are doing face shields, which people are buying face shields. So
Mm-hmm.
once everything like okay, the owners have two business now. One is the face
Yes.
shield, and another one is going back to pizza. So these are things
Definitely.
that is amazing. So owners, you should be reaching up those success story and talk to those who have made it, and these are all inspired stories which we would want to inspire each other.
Yay, yes, definitely. I think one way to move forward is to have like an open mindset where
Yes,
if one possibility is is not able to help you out, you should go into a different direction.
correct, correct, correct.
Okay.
All
So
right, Rizwan.
thank you so much.